What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in another video on the channel, and today you can see the pizza box. I've been doing a lot of the franchise pizza places, and there have been some comments here and there saying, yo, you live in North Jersey, like, there's so many better pizza places around here. And while I agree with you, I still do like the franchise places, but I wanted to go back to my roots. I wanted to get myself a Pizzeria pizza, and normally I will go to my go-tos, but I wanted to do something different, see if it hits diffy. So that is what we did today. Went to a place, listen, because a lot of people say I don't say the name of the place when I do the restaurants, and sometimes I may say a little fast, so I'm gonna slow down. Everybody, y'all ready? I'm gonna give you the name before I even open this pizza. I haven't opened yet. Delivery guy just handed it to me. It's piping hot and heavy as hell. This place is known as Mr. Bruno's Pizzeria. They have 2 locations, but the location that I went to is Saddlebrook, New Jersey. I don't know the ratings because I didn't want to look. I just want to be surprised with something different, so I have no idea. I'm not looking it up beforehand, and I got a pizza that I've actually never eaten before. I've seen them on TV, but I've never eaten them. So we got what's called an old-fashioned pizza. Now, looking at the pictures, it's supposed to be really saucy. The sauce is supposed to be the king on this, and it is a Sicilian-style pizza, so thick crust, square pizza, lots and lots of sauce with not too much cheese, more Parmesan dusting than anything. So this is an old-fashioned pizza, and we're gonna do this together like we always do. Y'all ready? I know I had to give my intro, but I hope this comes good, because I'm telling you, this thing heavy, man, heavy. All right, let's see if it hits diffy. I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at the camera. Does it look diff? It looks pretty good, but I gotta give the crane neck. Yes, sir. Oh, man, I wish y'all had smell-o-vision, because this thing looks like it hits different. A couple of changes I made for it. I got extra sauce on top of a saucy pizza because I love a saucy slice. And I also added extra Parmesan dusting. I don't know if y'all can see that yet. And we got a well-done bake, so we should... Yes, it does. I just grabbed the booty. I'm sorry. You know I get geeked for this. So we also have the nice little table, which you know means the pizza's dope. And supposedly these things are supposed... like, because you're supposed to be able to pull these apart. But we don't do that here. So I'm gonna grab myself. Oh, this is saucy. Oh, this is saucy. Oh, look, this is so saucy. This is so saucy. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Coño. You know I got a coño when it's good. Look at this. I'm actually drooling. Listen to the look at the undercarriage. Look at that. Can y'all hear that? Look at that. This thing is about to. I know this is gonna hit different. Don't put ranch on this pizza. I swear, if you order this pizza and put ranch, we're fighting. The drool. It's hot. Every pizza should come with extra sauce on it, bro. What is that? Oh my goodness. Oh, God, this is so good. Big bites. Family. Family. So saucy. Crust is perfect. There's just enough cheese to give it the cheese. I didn't want to go extra cheese because it's an old fashioned. Normally I go extra sauce and cheese. Didn't want to go extra cheese on this one in particular. That is not Toretto. That sounds like a Harley. But we didn't want to go extra cheese here because we want to let the sauce shine, because that's what's supposed to be. You're supposed to do in an old fashioned. This thing is legit. I want to grab this end because this thing looks crazy right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that side profile. Oh, would you date this pizza? Because I would. This thing hits diffy. It does. I got sauce on my face. I know it. I feel it. Okay. The well done bake. Oh, this is crazy. There's a lot of cheese here too. Hold on. Y'all give me a second here. Well done bake gives it a perfect bite because the inside is still soft. So it's still fluffy, not overly doughy. And his crust, man. Old fashions are definitely underrated in a pizza game. This thing is on point because I don't want pizza to get too crazy. Got the baby juice. You already know I got my nursery bottles. I buy like a lifetime supply of these. This is actually pomegranate Crystal Light. They ain't had a lemonade. That is good though. Berry pomegranate. That's a new one. We also got a topic today. This one is more of a popular on the internet topic. I've seen it all over Twitter. I've seen it on Instagram, seen it on the TikToks, all that stuff. And what it was a guy that posted his wedding photos. Okay? Now, normally that's not a big deal. But in the caption, he said he met his date on Hinge. And I'm going to quote him so that I don't misinterpret anything he's saying. It says, "Met on Hinge, the rest is history. No pressure to take her on any fancy dates or to an expensive restaurant. Just good old conversation and alignment with our goals." That's exactly what it says. And there was a lot of backlash on Twitter, so much to the point that these people disabled their comments. Which, that's the internet, man. We all know that's how it kind of works. But there were a lot of people saying to this guy and the couple, how dare he advertise getting her at a discount? These are actual tweets. Why would he purposely do the bare minimum? Why would he not want to do his best? Why would she accept it? Why? Again, next one says, "I hate when cheap dudes succeed." Next one, "They are lazy and cheap and don't want to spend money on women. They want the most they can get for the least amount of money and effort." You know I had to ring in on this one. You know I love stuff like this. And I pose a question. Money is cool. Material things are excellent. I like material things from time to time. I like nice things. I like them. To say otherwise would be a lie. But here's my opinion. One, I did not know love was for sale. So claiming that you got someone, and I'm using quotes, I couldn't see because my hand's under the table. Claiming that you got someone at a discount, I didn't realize that like love was for purchase. It's not something, now, I was always under the impression that marriage and love were two things that money can't buy. At least the real ones, in my opinion. It also says to me, are broke people not supposed to get married? Are broke people not supposed to fall in love? I don't think he meant, or they, what is being stated in this case. What it looks like to me is a man who's proud to marry the woman he loves. And what he was trying to say, again, which is all my interpretation, let me know if I'm wrong. What he was trying to state was that this person loves me for who I am. Meaning, even if I didn't have anything, even if it was just us, it didn't take the things that some people think that love takes. We are two happily married people. I'm so happy to have my wife. I posted my wedding photos of how great she looks. And all it took was two people that understood and loved each other, and it didn't take anything that was monetary. Reading into this a little bit more, their first date was at Popeyes. That's a W date if you ask me. Listen, I like Popeyes, bro. Like, when they get your order right, Popeyes bangs. Now, if they do. Now, if we went to the restaurant, I don't know if they went and ate it in the car or whatever. But ladies, do you think that your love is for sale? Do you think that it costs money? Or do you think it's the gesture of spending said money that shows someone's love for you? There's nothing wrong with spending money for the person that you love. Nothing. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But I don't think that that's a prerequisite. I also think that any person, human being, male, woman, whatever, who is gainfully employed and works and makes an okay living for themselves, has a 9 to 5, and is able to provide. Does that mean that they're the bare minimum person because they have a job and works hard for their money? I don't like that whole bare minimum thing when it comes to things like that, because they're saying bare minimum as bare minimum effort, and I don't really equate effort as being monetary. To me, the things that make a successful relationship, a truly successful relationship, a lot of them don't involve anything that has money. And I can't tell you how to love or get into a relationship. But if the first thing that comes out of a person's mouth is how much money do they make, even as a person where I'm okay, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm rich, but I'm okay. That's a turnoff for me. Because what it sounds like to me is, what can you do for me? What can you buy me? Where I just feel like that's not what relationships should be built on as a foundation. You gotta start with a foundation. And it also doesn't mean because someone gives you financial stuff, money, gifts, things like that, that they're gonna be a good partner for you. They're not mutually exclusive. To me, it's something that adds on to the relationship. It's something, yeah, like, and they're rich, and he has money, and he buys me things, should be like the top of the ice, like the pyramid, meaning it's not the most important. That's not a foundational thing. Buys me things should not be a prerequisite thing. It shouldn't be like the most important thing you look at. Like, in my opinion, if you're listing off categories of what you're looking for, like if I was on a date and I said, so what do you look for in a guy? And one of the first things that came out of your mouth was like good, like rich, a lot of money. I didn't mean to be turned off by it. Most of the happy couples that I've ever met are broke as hell. Or they started off broke. Because that's not where you start, in my opinion. And also, as far as a first date goes, I was talking about this today. First dates to me are an introduction. Both people are willing to invest the most valuable asset that humans have. There's one thing in this world that is not for sale. You cannot buy it. I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos. And that's time. If someone's willing to invest their time in you, that should be the bare minimum, in my opinion. If I'm willing to take time out of my day, or you are, to meet, to hang out, to talk, whatever it is that you deem effort, that should be more. If I barely talk to you and just bought you a watch, you would be like, oh, he's a good man? Or if I never talked to you all day and we met on a date and I paid for it, but I spent 90% of the time not worrying about you and talking about myself. This happens on dates, by the way. Would I be considered a suitable male partner? Male or female, whatever. I just don't think that that's where you should be looking. And I also believe this. Man, it's good, man. Say you went on a date with 2 different people. All right. Person number 1 took you to a fancy steakhouse. Oh, maybe he booked you a trip. Took you on a flight. Took you to Cancun. Some vacation destination. Got you your own hotel room. Spent everything, all expenses paid. Person number 2 took you to, again, first date. Took you to a decent restaurant. Took you to an Applebee's, a Chili's, or even lower, a Starbucks. Again, this is a first date. I don't know you. We have never talked or met. So I took you to Applebee's. $50 a date. Or Starbucks. $20 a date. And I make $50K a year, person number 2. I took you to Applebee's. Person number 1 is a millionaire. You ever see the NFL players that get fined like $10K and they're like, whatever? Because $10K ain't nothing to them. Me giving you $10K and I'm worth millions, it's not the same as me giving you $100 and I have $500 in my bank account. I just gave you 20% of what I have. And that always meant more to me. Because that to me is effort. That to me is saying I'm willing to like not eat. Because I care about this person. That means more. Call me sentimental. But I think the context always matters. And I feel like sometimes people, not just men, not just women, people, you're valuing the wrong things for a foundational relationship. A lot of times when you date men who will take you to these fancy places right off the bat, and this sounds horrible to say, and I don't think this way, but I've spoken to men that do. When they spend money on you, they're looking for something in return. And that's not your hand in marriage. You can figure out what I'm throwing out when I say that. But it's a lot more commonplace than people are willing to even admit. That those types of people who are just like, nah, I'll spend it, whatever. They're expecting stuff in return, and that is a horrible way for a man to think. Because women are not cash transactions. There's no monetary worth for a person, for a human. There never has been. So, I don't want anybody to feel pressure either way, because a lot of women think a lot of men are looking for one thing, and a lot of them are. And you shouldn't be giving that thing away unless you are 100% sure that this is a person that you want to be giving that to. Not to give it away because you think that it's what you're supposed to do or because you like them or whatever it is. That's never the way to do that. Never. You should be 100% okay with the person and what you're getting yourself into. And men is vice versa. A lot of men feel that way about the money that they earn because that's something that they feel as if they earned. And not saying you have to earn their money, but the investment and the time part of it is something, it's not about the money. And this is to the working class type of dudes that I talk to. It's not about the money. It's about, are you really here for me or what I can give you? And no person wants to feel like they're being used. And I know a lot of people, especially men, some women yet too, that have been used for financial reasons. And I'm being 100% honest. I don't care if I was a millionaire tomorrow. If I was taking somebody on a first date, I'm not spending that because I don't want that to be the reason you're here. Introduction, I think first dates at coffee shops and things like that because I want to get to know this person and I think you should get to know me. Is this the person that I am willing to spend my time and effort on going forward? Because I don't know you. I repeat, I don't know you. So why would I want to get myself into more and then whatever? Ladies, don't know if y'all notice or not, but again, I have clients, a lot of women use guys for money or attention. And as much as men don't want to admit that, it hurts. It hurts to to be actually interested in somebody and they have zero interest in you other than what you can do for them. It hurts their feelings. I know people think that men don't have feelings. We do, we just don't show them. And I can't say that that's personally ever happened to me because I'm a lot more careful than most people, but I know if I took somebody on a date and they really weren't interested in me, and the minute that I stopped talking to them that day, they were just gonna like, they could be on a date and say, okay, I'm just looking for a meal, goodbye. You know how dumb you feel? I know there's other things that women give in their attention and things like that where they feel used too, and it sucks, I know. So I just feel like that first date vibe should be, okay, let me get to know this person and see. It doesn't mean anything else other than we're two people seeing if we are further interested in each other because we've had minimal interaction in person. So don't think that the guy was saying that he gave the bare minimum for her, or he got her on a discount. He was saying, she likes me for me. She likes me for the person that I am, not what I can do for her. Because times are not always good. Plenty of relationships have ups and downs where people have money and people don't have money. Or I've seen relationships where people started off flat broke and became rich, became millionaires and stuff like that. I'll give you a perfect example. And I understand, I don't know when they met, but LeBron James been with his wife Savannah for how long now? Since high school, bro. That could have never panned out the way that it did. I understand that he had hype and things like that. Now, I don't know exactly where they met along his career arc, but I know it was in high school. He very easily, as good and as great and as rich he has become, could have flamed out and never been anything in the NBA. He wouldn't be the first person to do it. Now, luckily, he surpassed all of the goals that he set. But do you think that that doesn't mean something to him? That she was there when he couldn't do all the things he does now? And when that kind of loyalty that's there, I'm telling you right now, I don't care what. And I don't know LeBron personally, but I can guarantee you that that's his heart. That's everything for him. And no matter what, if she wants it, she can have it because she's been there through everything. The struggles, the non-struggles, everything. So she deserves the world. And a lot of men, ladies, if you don't know this, we think that way. It has to do with that. And I'm going to tell you this too, that effort part, all that stuff in, when you give the person, the guy you're with, that kind of loyalty, that kind of straight up 100ness, you solid, you're valid, that whole 9 yards, you really think that he going to want to stay broke for you when he knows that you there for really him? You really think that he's not going to hustle and do what he has to do to try to get paid or do things so you can have those kinds of things? Or do you think that from Jump Street, from the very beginning, you're just there for all that stuff? Like, I'm going to tell you which one I'll sign up for. If you was with me when I had nothing, not a cent to my name, and was living in my mom's basement and all that other stuff, I'm going to tell you this right now. That's the real one. And that's what you really want. And I would figure most women would want the same thing in some way, shape, or form. So there's just, to me, the good things in relationships you can't buy. You can't buy loyalty. As much as you think you can, you can't. Can't buy it. You can't buy love. Much as you think you can, you can't. Can't buy affection. You can't really buy effort either. I can throw money at you. People throw money at things every single day, and it doesn't really equate to anything. But real effort, that stuff, that's not for sale. You can't buy that. You can dangle the carrot, but the minute that money tree stops growing dollars, ain't nobody gonna be there for that. And that's a scary thing to a lot of men, because I know a lot of dudes who end up divorced with nothing because the person they were with, pizza box fell, the person they were with found someone better. And that's a scary thought. As a woman, I'm sure it's a thought for you that you might be afraid that the dude you're with might find someone better, even though you don't think there's no one better. But sometimes you can have that reservation and you can't buy that. So I don't really understand where people were coming at with that bare minimum stuff, because bare minimum to me means I'm showing you absolutely nothing. I'm not giving you any attention, any affection, not paying attention to you, not asking you about your day, nothing, and I'm expecting something in return. That to me is bare minimum effort. If I don't even talk to you, we don't talk at all, and all of a sudden I text you at 2 o'clock in the morning, what you doing? That's bare minimum effort. Not, I didn't buy you anything. That's my take, bro. I had to say that. This pizza was delicious. I wanted to get into that topic today because that was pretty fresh. So I ordered this old fashioned, wanted to try it. Had me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices of pizza. That's gonna be it. And then I gotta have my protein and my vegetables outside of this so I can continue to be in shape, and I'll give this away and make some friends. But that is gonna be the end of the video. If you want to see more, if you got topics, something, drop it in the comments. You got some food, all that other stuff. I love reading the comments. Not too much toxic. There is some. It comes with the territory. I know that. But we will be back tomorrow. More content, man. I love y'all. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.